Hey, what's up, guys? It's me, Kazak's back for the movie review. Um, Train to Busan is a really old movie. I mean, at this point, it's ancient, right? Ancient, right? Like 10 years old. So why am I reviewing this movie? Number one, I did not have any other movie I could review at the moment. I just didn't find anything that interesting. I mean, I could have done some sci-fi or some comedy stuff, but I just did not want to do that today. My hair looks like it looks terrible. Anyways, this movie actually was really shaping for me. What I mean by that is it sort of defined my childhood a little bit. Those movies that you just watch, but that just keep repeating on TV, and you just watch them because you don't really. Because obviously, when we were growing up, we didn't really have streaming. Obviously, now we do now, as we do now. It wasn't. I mean, it was popular, but as a kid, you don't really have any money to buy anything, to be honest. So I watched this movie probably 5 to 6 times throughout my life. And I have to say, I mean, every single time it wasn't a bad experience. In fact, I kind of liked it. Um, the movie, I mean, if I really have to give you a generalized opinion on it without all the nostalgia involved or anything, then it's a good zombie movie. I think it's not the best. It's not the best, but it's definitely a solid A. Like if you were like giving it a grade, it'd be an A because it did good. It put in effort. It has a good story. It has characters that actually develop through time, and more or less, it shows. You know, I don't know how to say this, but it gives the characters purpose. Every character is meant for something, and I think a lot of modern media don't really get this. Um, Actually, my focus would be on a lot of the Marvel movies. Um, every character, not even just Marvel movies. If you like look at modern horror movies, for example, what is that movie called? Evil Dead Burn, which I reviewed a few days ago. Um, its characters had issues with just not developing other than the main character, and they were also like not important at all in my opinion. Like they were just people like sitting ducks. Meanwhile, in this movie, I think every character is more or less important, and even the child. I think it's not that classic. In zombie movies, There's this trope now where there's children and they have to be protected at all times, and they're dumb as fuck. They'll just fucking. They'll just walk into a fucking zombie parade for no reason, and the adult has to stop them somehow, and like in the process the adult loses something, and then it's a whole mess nowadays. But I don't think that's the case with this movie, where every single interaction with the child, even there's a purpose behind it, and it shows character every single time. mm, the action in this movie is also pretty good. Of course, this is quite old, so also it's not. I'm pretty sure it's not extremely expensive. Like as it's not very. It didn't pour like a bunch of money into it. Um, but the action in this movie is pretty good. I heard they made another one of these, but I haven't really watched that one. But as far as the 5 or 6 times I watched this movie, every single time I enjoyed the action. Zombies they don't look that great. I'll be honest. Zombies don't look that great, mostly because special effects were relatively new at that point. Even 2016. Obviously, if it got released in 2016, means it was being filmed like 3 or 4 years ago, right? So obviously they didn't really have access to special effects much. Um, but with the limited resources that they did have, they delivered a solid project, I think. And I don't know if this is a fact, but I think this is one of the defining movies when it comes to zombie movies. Um, I would like to say that this is not my favorite zombie movie though. My favorite zombie movie is 28 Days Later. That's my favorite zombie movie. But if I'm almost certain if I watch this movie today again, I would still enjoy it thoroughly. And that's not just nostalgia speaking, that's just how it would be, because the movie delivers. The movie delivers, as I said. Um, Now let's get into some spoilers. Honestly, there's not much about the movie that I can really criticize. I almost liked all of it, more or less. I mean, there were a few annoying scenes or nonsensical scenes, but it's not something where I can point to it, like I can't point out that this scene annoyed me or this scene, enraged me or whatever, with modern cinema, not modern cinema. What I mean is, with bad films, you usually have sort of like a few scenes, like this scene had this scene had this scene had this. Like these are the issues with these scenes. I did not like those scenes because they didn't make sense. But I don't think that there's many. Obviously, there are gonna be a few inconsistencies and just pet peeves or niches that you might not like. Um, but overall, it's a fine product. The movie. Um, yeah, I guess we can cut. We can just cut it out right there. Like it's a fine movie. I would give it a 7.5 out of 10 or an 8. Let's just call it an 8 because of the nostalgia. Look, if nostalgia speaking, I would give it an 8. If it's not speaking, then it's 7.5. Also, one more thing is I'm pretty sure this movie is more or less child friendly. Uh, Obviously, there's blood and gore, but you gotta raise your kid tougher, man. I mean, I guess it's PG-13 then. I'm not sure though. I watched it as a kid, so I mean, I was what? I was 10 years ago. I was 8. I was 8. So I watched this movie when I was 8 or 9. Well, probably I watched it through 8 to like 12 or something, right? Like watched it multiple times throughout the. Oh wait, no. I would be a little bit older, I guess, like 9, maybe 10. That's when I watched it, likely 9 or 10 years old. That's when I watched it. Yeah, that concludes the review, more or less. I did want to say one more thing though. Off topic. Maybe I should just remove this, no? Just do this, right? First time showing my whole room on here. I hope you guys like the lighting, by the way. Chirag had suggested this. Oh, I'm doing this. I'm just trying to make a similar theme to every single fucking poster, and this one was completely red. And like if I, if I like that light right there, right? If I just make it completely red, it becomes more or less orangish, which I don't want, so I just had to settle for a low light there. But I think it looks good, right? Like it separates my head out from the freaking, Oh, my hair looks fine now, I think. Okay-ish. Yeah, that's about it. I don't really want to see you right now because I just want to. I don't really. I don't really talk much to people, so I get to talk here. I don't know. Um, yeah, that was as I was saying. I hope you guys like the lighting. I don't know if the sound quality is that great. I hope it is okay at least. Like, hope it's fine. I know this mic is quite cheap, so it probably isn't that great. And I mean, I'm not really trying to spend any money on a mic, to be honest. But if I do, like, keep making these videos, eventually I'll probably just buy a mic eventually, so that'll probably get fixed itself. About the lighting, I actually use my TV to put light on my face. Yeah, I have a TV right here, and that light in the back is for background lighting. I hope that looks cool enough. That's just my I don't know what it's called, bookshelf. That's my bookshelf. Got like 5 books. Oh, by the way, guys, I was thinking I could do book reviews. I don't know why I'm speaking so long. It's been like 3 minutes since the movie review. I'm just spitting whatever I can. I'm just bored, more or less. Yeah. By the way, guys, I could do book reviews. I was thinking of buying or reading online, Men Are From Mars and Women Are From Venus. I know it's more or less a relationship guide or whatever. I don't really know what it is, but like, might help to read it. I mostly read sort of like niche books. They're becoming more popular now, so books like No Longer Human, or stuff like that. I'll probably just end the recording now because it's getting quite long, right? Bye bye.